Hello, welcome to Z Explains BG. I'm on bgtrain.com, which is a nice site that gives you quick backgammon problems, and then after you select your answer, it gives you the GNU analysis, 2-ply, I guess, or 3-ply, mostly for the plays. And they tend, when I first did it, when I did it last time, the problems were pretty easy, mostly. I'd say like 80, 90% pretty easy. As you get higher up in the rating, they get to be harder. I mean, I assume what it's doing is the hardness of a problem is based on what percentage of people get it right. So what happens is the problems become somewhat unintuitive after a while. Like the ones everyone's getting wrong because they have like an unusual answer. So actually, I'm not totally sure it's great for my game to keep doing them at this level because like it makes me sort of pick the unintuitive answer, and so maybe that screws up my thinking when it comes to like the obvious stuff, which for me like most plays are obvious. Um, but it's interesting in the sense that it forces you to like think about stuff you wouldn't normally think about. In other words, to consider candidate moves you wouldn't necessarily consider. So actually, let's go through a few and see how it goes. Okay, let's take a look at the next position here. Okay, you're always going to take a look at the score. It's always 5-point matches. So it looks like I'm down 2-4, but red's holding a 2 cube. So this is a pure gammon go type score. In other words, gammons are extremely valuable here. Um, so yeah, so what's the best way to win a gammon? It's probably to trap them off the front anchor on sixes, right? You have limited time to do it because if you let red roll a 2, and then you do this. He loves his sixes, but he rolls like a 6-1 here. He hates it because he gets pulled off the anchor, and then I get to blitz, close him out, and hopefully win a gammon there. So I'm pretty sure this is the right idea. Let's just like probably other plays win more, but I think given the gammon situation, this is pretty clear. I'm just trying to think like if I don't do that, like the obvious play is sort of this, but like I said, and he's still trapped off with fives actually. But if he rolls a 6 that's not a 6-2, I think I really like letting him out. So let's submit and see what happens. Yeah, so that is the right idea. Second best is I guess keeping the block in some way, which isn't too bad. Let's go on. Okay, so it's 4-0 Crawford. So this is sort of double match pointish. Like gammons don't really help either player here. See, let's see. We're containing this red back checker. It's not because gammas don't really help. It's not super important to pick up another checker. So you do want to leave the 7-point slotted, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I see. You can make the 8-point if you want. Blocking 2-6, but the 7-point seems much more important than the 8-point. So for that reason, I'm thinking there's maybe something else. I could actually slot the 8-point like this. Keep diverse in the outfield. You're paying to 2-6 somewhat, but red has the blot in his board, so you're not paying full price. So this is pretty reasonable. Let's see what else. This you're sort of paying big to 1-1, 2-2. Good diversification, good outfield control. Could just do this. The idea of making the 7. I don't like actually having the 13 here. I don't like having the 2 checkers on the same point here because I want to be diverse in the outfield. I want a lot of options. So despite the 2-6 risk, I kind of like this, but I'm far from confident about this. Then you get to make the 7-point with a lot of numbers, or the 2. Oh, there is some duplication there. Let's see, what am I missing? Yeah, this has to stay here. Yeah, making the 8 could be right, but here's another idea. Right, so you're not paying to 2-6. You're still remaining diverse in the outfield. Huh. Less duplication. Actually, I think I like this a little better. Let's see. Oh no, it wants to do this. Second best is the play I mostly looked at. My play isn't too bad, only back by .03. Yeah, you don't make the 8 here, I guess. Apparently. I'm not. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it says it's 0.07 behind. Fine. All right, 1-1. So 0-0. Be very nice to win a gammon here. So why don't you well, I was going to say like you want to make the ace point at some point, but I wonder if it's actually not even that necessary to make the closed board because you kind of win a gammon anyways. Oh, with that in mind, like, but I don't actually like. I don't love this because the 2 point's going to stay open and cause long-term problems. There might be something like this. It's pretty unusual. It's pretty unusual, but if he does anchor, if he anchors at some point, maybe you don't mind him a little bit up higher if it takes him a while to anchor. And obviously, like you get to cover next turn a lot. There's also this. So here, if you can't cover, the gap's going to be up high, which might be a good thing because it's going to cause you fewer problems in the future. And then there's also there's also this thing too. The 3-3 is bad here. I guess 4-4 is bad here. What about the first play I looked at? Yeah, 3-3 plays okay here. I mean, if white rolls 3-3 next roll. It's only a double cover though. So in that sense, you get a triple cover if you do this. And if you get hit back, you might hit him on the ace. So maybe this is the way to go. Let's take a look. No, it doesn't like it. Okay, it likes. Oh no, everything is everything pretty close? No, my play. It doesn't like my play. I mean, it only says 0.006 here, but I think it's saying it's 0.006 behind the best play it evaluated at 2-ply. Whereas like all these top plays are evaluated at 3-ply. And so the computer wants to keep the gap a little lower. So I did have the right idea. Oh yeah, this is okay. Huh. I don't know about this. So another thing you can do is you can scroll down. There's like an XGID here. You can copy this. And then you can paste it into XG, which is sort of nice. And you can ask, like XG plus opinion, or do a rollout if you're skeptical. And the problems are so like counterintuitive that I'm actually skeptical of a lot of the plays. I mean, usually GNU's going to be right though. Let's see how bad 5-1 is. Yeah, 5-1 is not too bad compared to the other options. It's probably better than this. Anyways, okay, let's go back. 0-2, cube in the middle. Way down in the race in the pip counts. So you got to try to contain that back checker. So the guy on the 13 is pretty well placed, it looks like. Like you don't want to move it any closer into a direct shot or on the 12 points. So, I mean, you can do something like this. Let's see, 6-6. Yeah, 6-6. If you do this, he rolls 6-6. You actually get a shot because he has to play. If he wants to hit, he has to play 9-3 with the last one. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 1-2. Oh no, he can make the 3-point. He can hit and make the 3-point. So there's a few shots there, but it's not a directoid. There's good outfield control. You're getting hit on aces. There's another idea that involves hitting them. You still have a 4-point board. He might dance. Or you go all out. I mean, you could try this. That seems like a bit much to me, though. Right? He's usually entering with a hit. You come in, you could get gammoned. It's only a 3-point board, though. This is not the best when it works, right? He dances. You get to make he's still up on the bar. You get to make a 5-point board almost always. And if you get hit, it's not too bad because you usually enter, and then you get like good coverage in the backfield. I wouldn't do that over the board, though. I mean, I'm thinking about it just because it's like a problem position. Over the board, I'm sure I would do something like this probably. Just good outfield control. You aren't getting hit with aces and eights though, which isn't great. Like those are very diverse, right? There's no eight that contains an ace, so it's kind of a lot of shots, as well as like 6-6, 5-5 is okay for him. 4-4 is crushing. So maybe it is a hit play. Say you do hit with the ace, you just go for it here rather than picking it up. Now it's hard to make a 5-point board. All right, yeah, like I said, I probably wouldn't do this over the board, but I'm thinking this is actually the play. Yeah. So this is what I mean by like the counterintuitive problems. Like I don't know how many people are doing this over the board. Seems easier to find in a problem. Maybe I can find this over the board. I don't know. Score helps, right? Because you're losing, and so you up the volatility, you up the gammons. You're more likely to get in a good cube than your opponent if like the gammons are upped. So I don't know. All right, 6-3. So similarly here, we're trying to contain the back checker. Could hit with the 3. One funny thing about hitting with the 3, something to watch out for, is that there's only 9 rolls that hit this guy. Usually there's 11, right? But 4-1 doesn't hit here because he's going to enter with the 4 and then play the 1 somewhere. So when you do this, right? 4-1, he has to come in and hit you off the 23. That's something in favor of this play. So if you just for the sake of argument, if you hit, this does look pretty attractive. I mean, great outfield control. Not a lot of builders for the 4 and the 1, but you can't get awesome building power anyways. And 4-1, you pop another blot loose. Okay, I didn't look at the score. You should always look at the score. 0-0 with me holding a 4 cube. Yeah, so you're not paying huge to the gammons. So you can play a little loose here. Okay, I'm going to say this is the hit play. The non-hit play. So maybe this. Still has some bad ones. Like say he rolls 5-1. He has to pop another blot loose. But the bad thing about this is you give red his whole roll. So all his 3s and all his 6s are pretty good. And 3-1's like okay, I think. Because he gets to hit twice. So maybe it's a little unusual to hit off the 1 point here. Could be called for though. I don't know. Make the 9. This doesn't seem right to make the 9 because the outfield control is too thin. And now it doesn't like hitting. It wants to make some outfield control play. Oh yeah, so best I guess is this. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Awesome outfield control. Still got a lot of covers for the 4 point. Okay, fine. 6-1. Well, you might as well cover with the 1, and then it looks like we're popping out with the 6. So 0-0 to 5 cube in the middle. Obviously, you're getting hit with 2s, but unless he rolls like something that safeties that guy after hitting, you do get return shots. She's never really forced to leave a shot here. And he's pretty happy to hit with 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, 2-5. Like all of those hit 1-1. All of those hit without leaving any return shots. I'm wondering if it's actually not gaining on much. Okay, so one thing it does gain. Say you do the non-shoddy play. Say you do this, and then red rolls 6-4. I think he gets to play 13-3 here profitably. Although it's not that good for him maybe because he's leaving five deadly shots. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, he might actually get to cube this up 10 pips with good deuces, good doubles. But that's not necessarily a point against this because it seems like a pretty easy take if you do this at the score anyways, where you can take a little deep. Hmm. My gut says we should do this. It's also good like say he just misses with like I don't know a 3-1 or something, right? So it's sort of good to do. It's sort of good to have the guy free, so it's nice and flexible, and you don't go too deep with the six. So let's try this. Okay, no, it likes just holding tight with this or this, so as not to get hit with twos. Um, yeah, part of the reason might be it gives him a cube. If you jump out, I don't know though. 2-1. All right, 8-5 is okay. Oh no, you're up in the race. You're up in the race big here. So and it is 4-1, so you're not. No, you are paying to the gammons here. So you're up 4-1. You are paying to the gammons here. So this makes. I'm thinking it's maybe this. Although because of the gammon situation, it's a little questionable. But the thing is, you outboard red. You're way up in the race. So there's a big premium on like getting the backmen going. So even though this is a little dangerous, I think you're supposed to do it, or maybe 8-6. But the 8 points a little bit. 8 points. 8 points an asset. This gets hit with 2-5 and 6-1, and those aren't numbers that do great stuff on the other side of the board. So yeah. So if you play this one, I think this is the two. Yeah. All right. Once again, we're containing this back checker 0-4. Yeah, these containment positions I think show up a lot because they're tough. The containment positions like this, they always have like a bunch of conflicting priorities. Like okay, like you don't want to get hit usually, but you want to build good points. That often involves taking risk. You want to keep checkers back. You want to maintain good O field control. You want to make points in the O field and you're on board. It just seems like there's just a ton of priorities. Anyways, so red's board is in disarray. Gammons do not hurt here. Does not hurt red or white. Like you can win a gammon here as white, but you need it's the Crawford game and you need an odd number of points, so gammons aren't really worth that much at these types of scores. Blocking five. You can block 5-5 here nicely. By playing the one here. And then getting like decent outfield control, either by doing this or this. Huh. This is paying to 2-2 a little bit. Versus I'm thinking versus this. This is pretty attractive, I think. 1-1 maybe also you're paying to a little bit the other way. If yeah, it's probably right to hit and cover. What I'm thinking is if you do this, he rolls 1-1. I think maybe he plays 8-6, 4-3, possibly. Maybe not. All right. So another idea is to slot the 5. Because you need that point, right? So you need that point badly. So there's some virtue in just going right after it. Like he misses, and you get to either make that with a 6 or 3 really nicely, and then you got a huge position. So let's see. Say you did this, and then I don't know, played some diverse ace in the outfield. He's got 50 nominal shots at that guy. 5-1, 5-2. Hit and pick up the blot or make the 4-point board. 5-3 probably hits twice. 5-4. Same with 5. Well, 5-5 is tremendous. 5-6 hits twice. 5-4 enters and jumps. So you're paying pretty big to all the fives. 2-3 and 1-4. They hit, but it's not so bad. The upside, you get missed. He dances or something, and you're almost always making that point. So this is the real play, I think. So let's go back to thinking about making this. Oh, and then this is a possible 5-2 to get another builder for the 5. Yeah, you got this good build power here, without taking on all that extra risk. But actually, I'm not even sure that. I'm not sure that's the 5. Maybe on balance you do this. Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling that the solution is going to be some slot play. Yeah, but over the board, I would do I would do this in either 19 to 14 or 16 to 11. Actually, this is good if you entered with like a 1-4. Great builders for the 5. So let's try this. Okay, 2019, 16 to 11. Five paying huge to 5-5. Huh. Yeah, it looks like it's. Oh, I guess it's blocking. I guess it's preferring to block 5-6 to 5-5. Huh. Yeah, and all the plays that make the block 5-5 are kind of all close. What about slotting? Is slotting just wrong? It's not too bad. 438 versus it's a blunder. My play's close to a blunder also. Although again, it's 2-ply versus 3-ply. Yeah, I guess I kind of didn't see blocking 5-6 as opposed to 5-5, but there's twice as many 5-6s as there are 5-5, so maybe it makes sense. Yeah, this likes blocking. This likes blocking 5-6 also. Although I think where's my play? I think it was this. Yeah, I think it agrees with GNU. It wants to not pay the 5-6 and block. It wants to block the 5-6 as opposed to paying to it and blocking the 5-5 for some reason. Yeah, I don't know if I get this. Seems like you can survive 5-6 here, Anyways. Let's go to the next position, 6-4. Okay, jumping, making the 9. Okay, so 0-3. 0-3. Cube in the middle. I don't think you run all the way for making the 9. 9 point seems like a pretty important point to make at a time when you're unstacking the heavy midpoint. So I don't think this is right, leaving a double shot. So it could be this, although he's very happy to hit off the 7 and just sort of leave it slotted and build up a prime. There's this other idea here that I'm wondering about. Like this. So you're getting hit only with 3s, and he has to give up his anchor to do it. If he misses, this is sort of okay. This is good, It's too, it's threes are so painful here though. They're a lot more painful than getting hit here. There's many, many, many fewer of them, though. And running up 11, I don't know about running. Good miss here. Or if he hits here, you could hit a return shot. Yeah, I think I would do this. It's gonna like 2 down, maybe. Let's see. It hits and miss. Sometimes it takes a while. No, it likes this. Okay, good. Yeah, 24 to 14 second. This is third best, down by point 0.1. Alrighty. Okay, so splitting down off. Okay, so it's 3-3. So it's basically double match point. The cube's going to get turned at some point, and then gammas aren't gonna help. So I mean, this seems to do a lot. You're getting hit sometimes with fives, but he has to give up his 8 point to do it, so it's not so bad. This, I think you're getting hit in the outfield too much, and you're just stagnating back there. So I think you should get those guys going. Although fives, I'm sure it would do this over the board. Trying to think of some other reason why something else would be right, but you don't. It's not too dangerous to split now, and it seems important to get those guys going with their race close. So I'm not really sure I see the problem. Yeah, good. Yeah, everything else is a huge blunder. Okay, so it's 2-3, cube in the middle. This is sort of attractive with the stronger board, 3 men back versus say 1. Yeah, this seems good. Like you could do something like this, but he's just swinging away at you there with a lot of numbers. So this has, because you're hitting again, you have the stronger board. You're trying to contain that one back checker. This has a ton going for it. Back checkers are fine placed here, He's got to, if he rolls like some hit twice number like 5-4, he's got to give up an outfield asset to do it. Leave a direct. Anything else like you don't want to come in with a 3 and just be like all stagnant back there, And the score, so again, there's this 3-away, 2-away score. If you up the gammons for both sides like this, it makes it more likely you're going to get in a cube at some point, less likely your opponent's going to get in a cube. Because if you get into a situation where like red wins a lot of gammons, it's like hard for red to get in a good cube that way. So in other words, this gives red less cube value on average, and white, white can double fine, double aggressively in gammonish positions. 3, oh, this is a weird position. Okay, so 5-away, 5-away, cube on red side of the board. What the hell? I don't know if I'm getting this right, but it can do this. I mean, it's not dangerous at all unless he rolls like some crazy double. So it's best control of all areas of the board. It's actually I kind of like this. Right, 1 point board versus God, there's 9 guys here. What a weird position. How do you end up with this position? Right, like something a little safer is this. But now he gets to play like to the 4 point without leaving a shot, and it's like less flexible for the future. I guess another sane play is like this. But I don't know. You wanna hit him at some point. So this maybe fits the bill. He hits you with like a 4-1 or something in the outfield. You get a double shot. This might not even be the right play. So let's try this. Okay, it likes something similar, I guess. But yeah, it prefers this, not slotting the 2 to my play. Slotting the 2. I don't know. That's where that checker goes, 4-2. So I still kind of like my play. This does pay to 6-6 a little bit. Now it likes 20 to. No, my play is like borderline with 20 to 15 according to the higher level of analysis. Oh, computer doesn't mind this, and I would never do that. All right, so let's go back. 5-1. Okay, so it's double match point type situation. I think I see the right. Yeah, I think I know what's right here. I've seen similar stuff. So you don't. Although I see some people do this sometimes. You actually don't do this. I mean, you're hugely down in the race, so you don't mind getting hit too much if he's going to enter, but generally speaking, anyways, you want to keep as strong a board as possible when down in the race like this. So even though you get to bear off two guys, that's not right. On the other hand, you definitely don't want to do this because now he just rolls a 6, he wins anyways. So better than that would be something like this. But I think the computer actually likes this. I think I've seen this type of thing before. The reason is this has the most numbers which keep a 5-point board next time. Right? Certain 6s, you get to keep a 5-point board like this. Say you do this or say you do this. Only 6-1 keeps a 5-point board of the 6s, say. And you like sort of having the spares a little higher. So I believe this is correct. Yeah. 6-4 is 1-0. Cube in the middle. Would like to make your 4 points. Maybe it might be willing. You might even be willing to give up your 8 point to make your 4 here. Probably don't want to leave too many shots. So, okay, we're hugely down in the race, so you don't give up the anchor. Like it's possible this is right because you love having your 4 point, and he's got to give up his anchor to hit. But there is a lot of like good hidden cover numbers for red here, where he's like happy to do it. Right, obviously 2-1, 3-1, 2-2, but also stuff like 2-5, 2-4, 3-5, 3-4. I think he's happy to hit and cover one of the blots in his board. So I'm thinking maybe it's this. So if we don't cover the 4, I mean 13-3 sort of misplaces this checker. Thing is, like red's kind of at the end of his rope here. Like, unless he rolls like pretty small, he has to give up something in the outfield next turn, or make some huge compromise in his front position. So because he's like going to be leaving blasts in the outfield, I want the board locked up. And this doesn't seem. I mean This is okay too, actually, I think, because you're building a nice offensive asset. But I'd rather have the 4 and the 11 versus the 7 and 8, and I don't have to leave any shots this way. I think the right play is this 4 and either this 6. But I think this gives him too much. So I would do this, but I'm not confident about this. Okay, it does like it. 4-1. Okay, so it's 2-3. 3 away, 2 away, cube in the middle. All right, this is okay. This is okay. I think those are the 2 plays. It's probably this. 6-5 is a really, really productive ace here because you don't care too much about being hit. And you're unstacking the heavy 6 point to slot the 5. So this is a really, really nice ace to play. It might be nicer than this ace. Maybe. Partly because he's got these big stacks here, which you might get to hit with happily. Well, the 6-6-4 is duplicated. Like 6-4 doesn't actually hit here. 4-1 hits. Hits twice. 4-4 hits. 6-6 probably hits. Huh. No, maybe this is good too. I think it's this though. Computer seems to like 6-5 a lot when you got 5 checkers on the 6. 6-1. Okay, so it looks. I was going to say it looks pretty clear to cover the 5, but there's a play that makes the 4 that doesn't leave many shots on white side of the board. Okay, so 0, 2, cube in the middle. Okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, we cover with the ace. What would the 6 be? I don't think it's this. He's got 2s, 4s, 3s, and 1s. We are up 14 pips with the stronger board, though, so it's not completely ridiculous to do this. And it maintains the best home field structure. This is pretty unusual to give up the anchor this early, though. Okay, let's look at the other 6 here. Kind of leaving a double shot on the side of the board because 2s and most 1s will hit. And the checker just really misplaced there. You don't make the 7. No, I think you're always either making the 4 or the 5. I don't like giving up the 10. Huh. We are up pretty big in the race. This is pretty unusual. But I like the home field structure. And if he hits, he's usually going to be leaving like return shots. Like the outfield points are stripped, right? So I don't know. He like a 1-3, like he's supposed to make his 5. He's not even supposed to hit in the outfield. Huh. Yeah, it does like it. Pretty unusual to give up the anchor, but everything else looks pretty bad with the 6. How bad is making the 4? Making the 4 is pretty bad. It's wrong by over 0.2. It's 4-0 Crawford. So again, gammas don't help either player really. So like if gammas helped, you'd probably find some hit play here. Up huge in the race. Maybe you just disengage. What's wrong with this? He's probably going to anchor somewhere, but he's going to anchor anyways, no matter what you do. Anchor or hit, I mean, this is good even for the win, this is good if he dances, but lots of shots in the outfield, which because his board is underdeveloped, maybe it's not a big deal getting hit here. But I don't think you love having to clean all this up next turn. You love it if he dances, but otherwise it's not great. And you're giving up your 8 point, which is sort of an asset. So yeah, I think it is this, and this is what I would do over the board. I'm pretty sure. Yes, that was correct. 1. So 0, 0, red owns a 2 cube. So I'm up on the roof. You don't think you're running all the way. It's a double shot in the outfield. Seems like an upgrade to go from the 11 to the 8 because the 11 point's not bearing on any inner board points. So that's probably 2. I mean, you could leave the guy on the 14 if there was something productive. Oh, is it this actually? Because he's got the blot in his board. It might be this. I don't know if I'd find this over the board though. Right, okay, so the problem with a normal looking play is red just puts his position together sometimes with a hit. And well, he's still losing. He's not doing too badly, I think. Like for the win, like he still wins this a ton. If you do this and then one more, which is probably, it's 11 to 8. Okay, he wins a little more maybe, but like otherwise, you'd really up the game. You win more gammons, even though you probably lose more games. because he got this blot in the outfield. It's not easy. Even when he enters, it's not easy for him to cover that. And you're often getting a double shot there. And he dances, you hit that, and you're on the gammon train. Yeah, the computer does like I said, that's a quiz problem. I mean, I like to think I would at least consider making the ace over the board, but it's a tough play to make because you're sacrificing such a nice position to do it. All right, it's 2-2 cube in the middle. Be very nice to win a backgammon here. 3 away, 3 away. So you have pretty good chances to win a backgammon here. You are getting hit more versus this play. This where you're all even up top, no blot numbers next roll. If you do this, you got 3 blot numbers next roll. But you often survive them. Because, okay, say you roll double 6, say he dances, then you roll double 6, and he hits you with a 4-3, say. He's still got 4 up on the roof, so you just come in and come around anyways, usually. Meanwhile, you get to keep your 5-point board longer, and you get a checker off, so it's much better for the backgammon, which should be extremely valuable at this score. Three away cube in the middle, because it puts you right at the score you need to win the match. So that tends to be an argument for going for it here. Yeah, everything else is a blunder. Isn't that funny? Yeah, you have to do this big play or you're giving away 0.1. 2-2. Oh right, yeah, no, I think I know what's going on here. You do this, and then one more. Right, so I mean, it might be tempting to do this, but you have the stronger board. You're down in the race. There's a big premium on provoking some contact right away. He's escaped both his guys. You have 2 men back, so you really want to provoke some contact, either with this or maybe it could be this also, because although you'd rather be on the 20 than the 22, 13 to 11 seems like a pretty productive deuce. So it's one of those 2 plays, I'm pretty sure. Or it's going to be hard for red to play safely here, especially given the score. So 0-3 again. You want to up the gammon. So this or 24 to 20. Yeah, I like this slightly better. Somewhat better. All right, 2 to 1. All right, so for money, this would be double huge pass. Or, yeah. It's such a huge pass for money, say, that it's still a pass even at this 2 to 1 score where, if you after a double intake, red's paying less to the gammons because there's 2 extra points at stake when you win a double gammon, 4 versus 2. But white can only use one of those extra points because he only needs 3 points to win the match. So in that sense, gammons are less valuable than usual. But even so, so that's sort of an argument for taking deep in gammonish positions as red. But even so, this is such a huge money pass that it's a huge pass at the score. It's such a huge pass It's such a huge pass that I think this is actually too good to double. So you roll here, I believe. Yeah, it's too good by over 0.3. This might be too good too. Let's see. Okay, so it's 2 to 3. It's 2 to 3. So red has to be pretty careful about taking at this score. His take point's quite elevated, and double gammons still hurt him. Yeah, so I think it's too good. The reason why I think it's too good is because let's say white just does nothing good. He doesn't roll 2-2, 4-2, or whatever. So he rolls just like, I don't know, a 6-2. He pops out and safety plays 10 to 8, say. For red to have a take, I think not only does he have to enter, but he has to actually enter with a hit. So I think a lot of these sequences where white does nothing special and red rolls well, red enters, I think white is still at least doubling and maybe even cashing the game in. So I think that gives him some leeway to actually play on here, and there's probably enough. There's probably enough gammons here. Like in other words, like if things start going badly, he can use the cube and get some good value from the cube. Yes, yeah, too good by almost 0.2. Like double, say you own the cube for money, might be a little different because red can take a little more aggressively there. But still, even so, I think that'd be too good. Okay, 0, cube in the middle. So why not just do this and then double next turn, or play on. Yeah. Yeah, the obvious play is this, but rolls, I don't know. Red can maybe take next roll if he rolls an anchoring number or something. It's a little hard to see how red's going to have a take next roll if you do this. Well, I'm not clear. It's not actually, that's not that clear to me. He rolls a 2. He rolls a 2 here. Maybe he's taking, but this looks like, I don't know. This looks like it's easier to bring home than making the 5. Because you still have your midpoint. You could roll a 4 and see, is there anything else like this? It's a little Swiss cheesy. I'm thinking maybe this is the easiest ride home, although I'm not totally clear on it. Yeah, I likes it. Everything else is a blunder. 6-1, 0-1. Red holding a 2 cube. It looks like blitzing is called for here. Outboarding white 4-1. So I think the 6 is actually 8-2. You don't do this, but you can actually do this if you want, because the checker on the 4 is still alive in some sense. Like you can make the 2 point with it. Obviously, if you know he's dancing, you want both points slotted. Which could be right to leave both points slotted and just go for it. If you leave both points slotted, well, if you did this, your 3s would be duplicated, so you don't do that. This is the play that leaves both points slotted. But he rolls a 5, you're a little out of steam, especially like a 5. No, I was going to say you guys got some hit twice numbers, but no, he's got 2 up on the roof. But still, he rolls like a 5-6 here. It's a little hard to continue the blitz. Rolls a 5-6 here. Yeah, you still got 4s, 2s, and 3s working. So I actually kind of like this. Might be right to leave it slotted though. Well, let's see. No, likes my play. 6-2, 0, cube on red side. All right, so there's only 3 legal 6s. This is the worst of all worlds, I think. Giving up your 10 point and leaving 2 blots. So you don't do that. This is nice and safe on our side of the board. But this checker's still a liability. Yeah, so probably it's this. Because 4s are duplicated, right? He's probably hitting with all or most of his 4s, but he has to forgo making his 3 point to do it. So this seems worth it. Same with 3-1. He has to like it's probably hitting, but he has to forgo making his 3, and he's leaving return shots. So this looks good. Yeah, it's a blunder to play 8-2. All right, 2-2. So 0-1. Yeah, so it looks like you're either hitting loose or switching. And another one was switching. You hit loose. You're kind of spending it all in one place. Hard to cover. You get sent back if he rolls an A. So you're switching to the 2 here. You might as well hit this guy. And then you got a choice on the last one. It's either 24-22 working on the escape work, or getting a second builder for the 3. Second builder is pretty important here, right? He rolls a 3, and you're extremely happy to hit him with the 6s and 5s. Although those are the numbers that jump, from the back, so it's sort of duplicated. You're not like super stuck here though. You got sort of 1s, 2s, 6s, 5s working to make progress. So yeah, there's nothing else besides switching and then hitting, unless I guess there's an argument for this. I guess, right? Because you're foregoing hitting, but you're doing the escape work and you're getting the builder. I would hit here though. I think hitting still has a lot going for it. Like for instance, if your rolls double threes, you like having him spend all four of them to enter, and you don't have to hit the other guy later. Score where this is a score where backgammons count, so you sort of have more flexibility the other way. So I don't know. Maybe that's the quiz problem play, but I think I like this. Okay, what does it do here? Oh, it does do the quiz problem play. Isn't that cute? Oh, that's funny. Well, I'm glad I saw it anyways. My play's not too bad. Only down by 0.03. But actually, it likes this. Yes, really? This forgoes hitting. Yeah, if you're going to forego hitting, you play 24 to 22. I see. But it doesn't mind this because it sort of unduplicates the sixes. Right, sixes no longer bear on the three, but they do jump nicely. What's this? Oh, we'll switches all the way to the. It's a good play to keep in mind. And then this. Oh, this does the escape work and hits, but doesn't get the other builder. I see. Fine. Okay, so 2 to 1, cube in the middle. So you can hit twice here. That looks sort of attractive. Sort of not the. It's not the score-based play though. You know. You want to sort of push the gammons down here. Due to the score where you can double, but it's a little hard to get into a double where you win a ton of gammons. Oop, not that. Yeah, so if the score is reversed, you might do this. Obviously, you're paying pretty big to the five, especially at the score where you have all these blots in the outfield. Yeah, I'm guessing it's this or this. Maybe this. Again, a little bit of a quiz factor thing going on. Is there anything else? If you hit with the 2, yeah, you're hitting the other guy with the 6. Yeah, I'm not clear on the 2 if you just play safely with the 6. Yeah, like this is a ton more shots than hitting twice, so you don't do that. Let's see, what would I do over the board though? Would I actually hit twice here? He just enters without hitting. You get to make your 5. You made some progress. I don't know if it's worth giving these shots. So in addition to 5s, he has 3, 3, 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 4 that hits. So yeah, maybe it's too much. So I'm gonna say that's the 6, and especially at the score. And I don't know, maybe that's the 2. Oh no, it does like hitting twice. Yeah, I overthought that one. Hey, it goes the other way sometimes, I guess. Yeah, so quiz factor sort of led me astray. Like the obvious thing to me was actually hitting twice there, but I sort of overthought it. Alrighty, so down 0-2 is wondering if white should cube this. Wouldn't be crazy at this score, but I don't know. How do you lose your market big here? You can't really do it. Like hit twice, enter twice. I mean, maybe you have, but still tempting for red to take even at the score. So it takes some crazy good sequence to lose your market big here. In other words, to give red a pass next roll. So this is no double. Yeah, no double is best. What the hell is this? Okay, so it's 1 to 2. It's 1 to 2 cube in the middle. So white might be losing, but I don't know. It's sort of two-way gammonish. So at the score, it's like it might be okay to cube this. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's okay at the score. Right, this 4-way, 3-way score leads to extremely, extremely aggressive doubling in these like positions where you're like ahead somewhat. You're close to a money cube, and it's like super gammon. It's very gammonish. Now this doesn't really qualify because it's not really that clear white is winning. I mean, he probably is, but because he's on roll. But the thing is, it's two-way gammonish. So I think maybe that means because red wins a lot of gammons, you can be like a little more aggressive here because it sort of takes the cube out of red's hands entirely, almost entirely, and you're paying less to red's gammons when the cube's on two. So I'm guessing actually this is going to be a cube. Whether I find this over the board, I don't know. I would definitely think about it here. I might be able to find this, but yeah, I think this is going to be a cube. Yeah, it's close on the. It's a close cube. Well, not that close. I mean, no double would be like a real blunder. 2-2. So okay, the score is 2-2. Cube on red side of the board. So you really got to get this guy out of there, and you're really paying huge to getting another guy hit. So you don't hit loose here, I think. You could try to keep red busy by doing this. So it gives you time to roll a 6. And actually, your position is like very diverse here. You have 6s to jump, force 2s and 5s to that bear on the open inner board points. You know, like 1-1 works well too. So I'm thinking this is what you want to do. They'll leave 0 shots against this awesome structure. Obviously, you're giving up a nice front position. So you could do this, but obviously he's anchoring, and then he can usually play okay there. Huh. If he dances or something, you're quite happy with this. The sixes are duplicated though. So let's go with my gut here. No, it doesn't like it, but oh, it wants to hit loose, really? Oh, I kind of didn't see this. Right, so the original position, how do we there's some way to reset the position here. Okay, so it does come in and switch. But instead of playing 6-4 with the last one, it really goes for it with 3-1, putting that semi-dead checker into use and really diversifying the numbers, really going for the kill here. Yeah, that definitely wins more gammons. If you get hit, it's kind of a big problem though, right? What if he rolls an ace after my play? Yeah, I guess he has a game, but it's he's better than getting hits. My play's not too bad, only 0.03 behind. Okay, 4-1. What's the score? 2-2 cube on the other side of the board. Yeah, maybe you should go for some sort of attack play here. You know, you'll board him 4-1, and then you got you got a bunch of guys in the zone to to continue building. So maybe this is the 4. You could do this. This isn't too bad. It's a little less diverse, but he rolls an ace. You probably do like having the 7 points versus say this. Oh, this is easier. This is easier to make progress when it works. Yeah. Huh. So if you do, just for the sake of argument, if you do make the 7. Yeah, I do like hitting with the 4. So I think that's the 4. And then I'm not sure whether to lock up the point or like be diverse. Maybe because you're kind of blitzing, it's better to be diverse. If he rolls an ace, you're a little unhappy with this play, but usually you come out of this with something. So let's try this. Not too confident about this at all. Okay, it does my play's not bad, but it does slightly prefer hitting and then making the 7. So the best non-hit is this. This might win the most, but yeah, you're not going to win as many gammons. Doesn't clearly win the most either. 0-0 cube in the middle. Red has this okay time 2-4 game. Okay, so the 6 is forced, I see. And then the only question is, I mean, I don't think you do this. That looks weird. This is nice and diverse inside. Could come in handy. And it keeps the checker on the 8, which might be good if you roll like a stray 5 at some point. Huh. I think maybe you prefer this position if you get away with this though, because it's all even. It's all even in the outfield, and I think you're more interested in clearing these points than blocking red. I think because red has some time to play with out here, and the block isn't that effective in any case. You still have 5s to play here. Yeah, maybe these spares are just very valuable here, as opposed to putting the guy on the 3. So I would do this. Good. Okay, last one, say, looks easy offhand. I mean, it looks like no double to me, but maybe I'm wrong. So it's 0 to 5. So red should take a little deeply here at this score. Although he is paying big to double gammons. But it seems to me that it's pretty easy for red to hit and contain this back checker. White still if red just closes out white, say, and red owns a 2 cube, white's still gonna have a take, I think, with 6 checkers off. So before red can recube, he needs to actually complete the closeout or hit the other guy. So this is a little bit of a liability for white. So white gets a lucky hit, and then red could hit here and win that way. Okay, so what's the argument for doubling? The argument for doubling is, let's say white just makes some progress. He rolls a 5-2. And red misses. Red has a bunch of fly shots there, but he misses. Maybe is that like a big pass at that point? Because if that's a big pass at this point, I can see doubling this, especially given the that he wins some gammon. It's a little hard. It's still maybe a little hard to win a gammon here. And of course he could roll like 6-6, and like red could miss, and he could overshoot his market. And red has to fill in that 4 point after hitting. Like red hits a lot here. And he usually wins when he hits, but not always. Yeah, I don't know. My gut says this isn't good enough, but I'm not super clear on it. Yeah, maybe it's maybe because his big numbers are so huge, like he's going to lose his market huge sometimes, like some big number miss or some big double miss. Maybe he can cube this. Going to be embarrassed when this is a pass already, but it just seems like, I don't know, red's like hitting like pretty solid majority of the time, I think, and then winning most of those. And white has this problem of the ace point blot. I think maybe if that was locked up, this would be a little different. Gonna roll. No double. Okay, good. It is no double. So I guess my analysis. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's double take. Yeah, no. It is a cube apparently. According to GNU anyways. So I guess there's just some violent market losing sequences here, which are enough to push it into double territory, maybe. Although GNU might, the computers actually might be off here because it's a little bit of a containment position. No, but it looks like, yeah, it's not as big a double as GNU thought, but it is still a pretty big double. Huge, 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 huge take. Okay. Well, I wish I ended on a high note, but this was, I don't know, this was pretty instructive. I think I did okay overall. Gained a few rating points, so I guess the problems will get even harder. I don't know, but maybe there's only so hard the problems can be. I'm not sure, but yeah. Anyways, I hope you got something out of this. Yeah, and if you try this site, let me know. And again, let me know what you think, whether it's useful or not, or whether this too like Quiz Factory, where like you're always looking for like the unintuitive decisions. But yeah. Anyways, okay, yeah, I'll see you next time.